guys, this video is a sped up version of the Facebook Live we did last week. We had the wonderful Molly Robbins over to show us how to use her cake molds. So this is a new cake mold that we've just got in our actual online shop. I think quite a few of you know we have a shop already. So you can see it in the video with Molly, and she makes a lot of the French bulldogs with it. So she came over to show us what to do, and she'd already baked the cake in the mold for us. So the mold does come with instructions and things as well, but once it's baked, you just need to level off the top of your cake. You leave it in the mold and you level off the tops like that, because then it should sit together nicely. Usually there's a few rude comments about the shape of the mold, so the one we used was the laying down mold. There's also a sitting one as well, guys. I'm going to put links below the video to where you can get these cake molds from as well. They just make doing a shaped cake a little bit easier for you. So if you don't want to do a lot of carving, you don't need to do the carving with this mold. This is sort of the purpose of it. So Molly's put buttercream in the middle, and then she has covered the whole thing in buttercream. And I apologize, it's me doing the voiceover rather than Molly. So Molly was with us in person last week when she did this video, and because we've done a shortened version, it's me you've got over the top of this video this time. So like I say, this video really was to show us how to use the cake molds. Once you've covered the whole thing in buttercream, I chose the colour buttercream, sorry guys, it matched my nails on the day. Molly just covers it in a layer of fondant. So she's using the Renshaw's extra fondant because it's pretty flexible, it gives her plenty of stretch, and she's just covered the whole thing. And she got it on there fairly easily, despite it being sort of a more complicated shape. And then she's used a baby pink and a baby blue, and she's rolled it nice and thin. And she's cut strips that she's going to put onto the piece of blue. So this is for creating a little woolly jumper. And Molly's rolling in the pink into the blue, just to flatten it all out a little bit. And she's using a texture mat. So this is the Katie Sue knit texture mat. Again, what I'll do is I'll put links below the video to what Molly has used, so that if you fancy having a go at this yourself, you can see exactly what equipment she's used. So she's just neatening off the edges, trimming a bit off the top edge there, and a little bit off the bottom, and then she's wrapping it around the middle of the cake. Now with this one, so it's a polar bear that Molly is making. She's using a few of the strips, so she's made a few of these strips and she's sticking them on to kind of cover the whole top area of the body. And she's going to have it so that the bear is on its back. Hopefully I'm making sense with this. So the bear's going to be on its back and its head's kind of facing upwards. So she's done the textured knitting mat again on some more fondant and kind of rolled it into a little loop for the bottom of the jumper. Hopefully you guys know which bit I mean. And she's done it around the top edge. Altogether, I think this video, it didn't even take a full hour. So when Molly made it in real time, she made it very quickly. And it was just really to show you guys how quick it is to use a cake that's already been in a mold that's the right shape. And I've completely missed telling you about the legs, haven't I there? So she's got two pieces of fondant. So they're fairly large pieces of fondant that she's shaped for the legs and the arms. So it's sausage shapes for the arms. They're just pressing on there like that. And kind of a sausage but with a fat bit at the end for the feet. Now Molly's done these fully in solid fondant, but of course you could always put cake pop mix in the middle. And then Molly found a little penguin on my shelf, because I have a huge array of little cake toppers and things that are right next to Molly when she came over. And the penguin was one that I actually did for my Christmas advent calendar tutorial, so one of the tutorials in that. And so I told Molly she could just use it. So she puts it in the polar bear's arms. So she's just put some little finger marks in, or paw prints. It would be more a paw, wouldn't it, on a polar bear. On the feet and the hands. So just using the Dresden tool for that. And then she's doing some more little bits of pink, just to go around the sleeves. So can you see she has actually rolled, and I apologise, we did speed this video up quite a bit for you guys. She's created more of that knitted effect for the arms, and then the ribbon to go around the sleeves, and then a little piece for the nose. It's kind of a similar shape to what I did my seal's nose the other week. Some little lines either side of the nose area for a smile, and a small little piece of black just under that nose area. A thin sausage of white that's going to go around the edge of the black, so it looks like a bottom area of the mouth, the jaw. And then almost a triangle, but with sort of rounded ends for the nose itself. And Molly's just deepening the smile bit, using the pointy end of a Dresden to poke in some little sort of, I don't know what they're called, the little holes that go where, like, I guess whiskers and things go in, and like dogs and things. I'm not very technical, am I, guys? And she's just pushing in where she wants the eyes to go. And Molly's using the 10mm pearls. So these pearls actually have chocolate in the middle, so they're not as hard as you think. It's not solid sugar, so you're not going to break your teeth on these. They do have chocolate in the middle, so they're quite nice. But we will put links to them below the video so you can see. Then she's just going to put kind of the pads of the paw on underneath. So it's kind of like a kidney bean shape on the bottom, and then some little ovals / teardrop shapes on each of the toes. Oh, and Molly then saw a little sprout. In case anybody's wondering why there's a sprout, Brussels sprouts are a typically English thing for Christmas dinner, so I made some little icing Brussels sprouts. She swapped the penguin for a Brussels sprout. They were also part of my advent calendar tutorial with the Brussels sprouts. Okay, so some ears. So she's gone for a round ball with a smaller round ball of pink in the middle, and she's cut it in half for 2 semicircles for those ears, guys. And then she's using my edible fractal pen to draw on some eyelashes. So I was actually with Molly when she made this, but I was standing the other side of the room as we couldn't get too close because of coronavirus. We also were chatting quite a lot, so I apologise that there's not a huge amount of video footage of it actually being made, and that's because I was probably sidetracking Molly quite a bit and chatting to us throughout the process. But she's just made a bow with a strip of icing kind of folded over each end and then a little strip around the middle. And then she's used my little snowflake plunger cutter. Actually, I made the snowflakes. I'm going to take credit for the snowflakes. They're just fondant rolled thinly, and I used a plunger cutter for it. And then Molly's just texturing the whole thing with the Dresden tool. There are other tools you can use to put more texture lines on. Like we have something called the golf tool, which puts a few lines in one goes, but a Dresden tool does the work for you fine. You just have to put a few more lines in yourself. It takes a little bit longer, but it still didn't take Molly very long in total to put the lines on. And of course you can leave it smooth. You don't have to have the lines on there if you don't want. I think it's looking cute, this one. Oh, there I am. I do get to feature in the video, guys. So I actually don't feature often in the videos, so I just like you guys to see my hands. So I put a bit of pink edible blush on the cheeks. That was my contribution to the cake. And Molly slipped the penguin back in there. So that's it. I think it's nice, this one. It looks lovely from above. In case you're wondering why the lady is there, I gave that's one of my figures that I gave to Molly because she keeps asking after them. And I'm not sure what she was talking about this stage, but I think it was just about her cake mold and that you can buy it on our store now, and it saves you quite a bit of carving and things. So yeah, I'll put links below, guys, to everything. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a video where I show you what I create with the cake as well. So keep an eye out for that coming soon. Thanks, guys. I know the video is a bit different to usual today. Hope you've enjoyed it still. Bye. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment below. You can see more of my tutorials by clicking on the images on screen now. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button to stay up to date with my future tutorials. There are also links in the description box below where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and more.